What's up, Shit, why don't I have this on? Gatorade.
What's up, everybody? How is your weekend going so far? In case I see there was a question or two in chat, Clive is at the tattoo for the next, 5-6 weeks or something? So unless he can come in on a Saturday, then I'm going to kind of fill in for his time slot like we did last year, like we did to start this whole show. So welcome to the earlier show for the next few weeks. And if Clive does have a chance to pop into this show, like he can like come in for a minute without, then I'm going to have StreamYard set up kind of like we did last time. So anyway, if you're joining late, check your live indicator if you want to keep up with chat. And welcome again. We had early crew as usual. Gasmaster Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen, Franco Walker, Redneck Atheist popped in pretty early, Frankie Mr. A-Cake, someone bloody random, our queen Liz Edwards. Patrick Cranen is here. I didn't forget about you. It's just been a really crap week. I will email you and get that sorted out. Zap Sparky Electron Box Crusher. Someone bloody random tried to break the door earlier. I guess him and Phil are in cahoots. Simon Allen, what's up down under? Can you let us know how it's doing in August? Because I know you guys are pretty far ahead. Trainer Bryce, let's go. Oh, yeah, I guess I got to do the sterilizer thing and the orange stuff. Okay. Let's see. I have a bunch of orange stuff. How about we do, I'll give you a selection. So orange stuff, we'll do this. So you can pick your favorite. We have an orange button, of course. We have an orange lid or an orange Lego tool. Because apparently these do come in different colors from what I've seen. And sterilization, since it's on me, I guess now. God, I haven't pulled this fuck. Excuse me while I whip this out. I haven't fired this up in a while. Alright, you ready to get sterilized here? Here we go. Love it. Love it. I'm actually getting ready to order some more USB powered ones, because the ones I've had sitting around the house for the past year just really aren't doing it anymore. I don't know if they need cleaning, but they were never super powerful in the first place. So I'm going to be looking for another one of them. What else we got here? We got one new song from Pianoman Rob. He sent two, but he sent them like an hour apart, and I didn't see the second one until like 2 minutes before the stream. So we'll be doing that guess about 5:15, 5:30. I mean, we know how that goes. And if you're not familiar with that, that is here where we feed the kitty cats and I go pee and we fix the camera so that it's not bouncing like it always does. That's my Nexego camera. That's why that bounces so much. Let me fix the focus on that real quick, everybody. It's one of those things I forget to do. If I had a little more light out there, it would probably be better. But anyway. Whew. Got the live check. Patrick got that. Talking about 308s. Burn some eyes out. It's alright, Electron Box. The itching will go away in a couple years. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fun. Simon Allen would like to know if anyone here has experience with DCF77 and Arduino. I guess respond in chat if you do. I know what Arduino is. I have no idea what DCF77 is. I assume that's a protocol or something. Oh yeah, we don't have shots. And I guess a fruit. This is a oatmeal fruit shake. Apparently one of the ones I had, it actually has little oatmeal cubes in it, but it's still pretty good. Just a little chewier. What's up, Lock Watcher? Larry Owens, what's going on? ESP2. ESP32. Oh, okay. Say ESP, Christ, I deal with them all the time in the tracker systems. They have, those are the main processor on our telemetry, on our forklifts. Just fucking dollar store processors. I mean, obviously they're good, but you know. Anyway. Hi from the outer arm of the Milky Way, hurtling through space, says Happy Little Fox Benji. Toenail clippings in a plastic pot is the next thing you said. That's interesting. All right. So I guess, yeah, I guess we have to do it. Well, we got to do a toast anyway. What are we toasting to? Oh, here we go. Slightly delayed, but here's a toast to every major space agency having a failure in the past couple weeks. We know they'll bounce back, but it is kind of interesting where it happens. Shit happens in threes, and three big failures, whatever. But you know, cheers to them getting that sorted. We did the live check, Redneck, but again, check, make sure you're live if you want to follow with chat. If you lend someone money and never see them again, it was probably worth every penny, says Benji. That is actually something I've heard before, and I kind of agree with. Because it turns out the last person I lent a lot of money to, not only did they pay me back in 2 years instead of 6 months while enjoying all their fucking vacations and car upgrades and bullshit for their fucking less than optimal girlfriends. You know, after all that shit went down, he turned out he was a fucking shit friend anyway. So yeah, that's a good one to live by. Yeah. All right, let's see. What time is it? Guess in about 2 minutes we'll do the first VertoThermoWhoofle, and then we'll do another one at 4:30. So we're gonna get 2 VertoThermoWhoofles pretty close up. The intro and the actual. Sorry. Have actual stuff stuck in my head. I've been working with, had to work on a couple of Cummins diesels this week, comparing commanded and actual for like fuel pressures and crankshaft position sensor, and one's going bad. Another one sounds like there's a Mack truck inside just going doosh, 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 doosh against the side of it, because it's obviously had a complete injector failure somewhere, and hopefully it's not turning into a mechanical call. Oh yeah, we'll be taking that call in a second. Don't worry. I'll let them know that they gotta call in early. They had to shuffle some shit around, but I mean, whatever. You know, it's all good. Luckily or unluckily, says Redneck Atheist, I learned by 25 to never lend out money or tools. Yeah, that was. Let's see. I'm 40. Oh, 47. Yeah, 47. So I learned that with that particular gentleman about 10 years ago. And then he did some dumbass shit. Like, within a year of the whole money situation, like, and it was done. But anyway. Knocking its tits off, says Jacques Attack. All right, all right. All right, well, it's time for VertoThermoWhoofle. And then we'll go ahead and take that phone call. All right, how's the oh, let me fix the color palette. Hopefully it won't be so stroby. Yeah, it's all right. All right, cool. Let's rock this out. Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the thermometer up so I don't get yelled at. Sorry, Dad. All right. Come on. There you go. Woo. I think I need more woofle juice. Woofle. Oh yeah, it's actually really low. We'll top it up for the next one. And now the up close. Zoop. Kaboosh. Getting pretty good at not getting wet with the woofles now. That's pretty good. Never commit to bail money when you can't afford to, that you can't afford to walk away from. Yeah, that's another good one. Can't afford bail. Don't do it. Or someone you know who's willing to give up money. But or just don't do that. Whatever it is. Oh yeah, Freddy the Facehugger hanging out as he does. All right, let's see. Why don't we take a phone call? Yellow. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, we're doing Gray Zone tomorrow. Yeah. Might do Scum next week. We'll see. I gotta talk to my homie. Yeah. Sunday video game. Yep. All right. All right. I'll talk to you then. All right. Have a good one. Cheers, everybody. Boeing Starliner unaffected by giant software glitch. However, it was still built by Boeing, which in itself is still an issue. And yes, it's still docked at the station. Yes, they're still. And remember, Boeing has been urging the media not to use, literally, not to use the word stranded, which is why everyone in the media is like, absolutely, everyone says, no, they're fucking stranded. They're not waiting for testing. They're fucking stranded right now. I mean, granted, after 354, 55, 56 launches, Falcon, second stage, Falcon 9 finally had an issue. Had an oxygen leak after, like, minutes after deployment. And then the engine blew up. The payload was fine. It didn't get to where it needed to go. But, spaceship! The spaceship! Just didn't quite make it to where it was going. What's up, Leafer, huh? How are you this fine Saturday? Well, for me, late afternoon, early evening. I'd normally be watching Clive and getting something to eat. But instead, I made a farm burger right before this show. Still some of it over there. The hottest place on earth is a Polo Mint factory. What's up, Rob? It's alright. Oh, it's almost 4:20. I might as well just keep this in my hand. Oh, and Rob, just so that you know, I already explained to the audience, but I didn't see your second song until about a minute and a half, 2 minutes before the show. So we'll get your first song in, and then we can do a double shot next week. Or whatever. We'll just have an, quote, extra song. What are you doing, computer? You better knock that dumb shit off. All right. Anyway. Sounds like Lost in Space. Yeah, you know. Scruff in space. Later, like, don't expect anything exciting because I have a feeling this won't be very exciting at all. But we're going to take the screws out of the bottom of this and see what we can do with this, if anything, because that just went bad on a forklift. This is, as it says, 36 to 80 volt to 12 volt, 300 watt DC to DC converter that has a 2 ohm dead short on the input side. Were I affected by CrowdStrike? Nah, like all my shit still works because I keep most of my security in house, like my DNS servers, my router, the other stuff I use to keep good secure stuff is all in house, so I don't have to worry about other people doing something like that. So yeah, I was good. Like I didn't even notice. I'm just like everything's broken. Whatever. I'm gonna fucking watch YouTube. Yeah. I didn't read up much on it, but apparently it was just a dumb little patch that CrowdStrike applied that was it something that some change in Windows or something like that, and then everything just broke. Redneck Atheist, for Boeing Starliner, when you want to combine DS9 and Voyager with all the torture of seeing home all the time. There you go. Don't use your BitBlocker key to lock your BitLocker key. That is a good tip there, Naismith. Yeah. Is that basically what they ended up doing? Something like that? No, Hagen, Clive is at the tattoo for the next, I guess, five-ish weeks. So I'm filling in for him. Like, this is what we did last year. Same time. This is what started the whole Scrufdog live thing. So I'll be filling in for him, and if he gets a chance, I have a StreamYard thing set up so that even from his phone, if he wants, he can hop in and we can do a dual live stream like we've done in the past. So, there's Ed. So he's not here, but if he can do a stream, he will, and then I'll do my regular, or he may hop on to this show at some point. And if I know he's hopping in, then I will do everything to let everyone know ahead of time. That way, you know if it's worth watching this bullshit, or if you should actually hang out or whatever. All right, Ed. That's when you know Ed shows up. Ed gifting 20 memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Thank you very much. That looks like a whole lot of welcome backs. Yeah, I think that's all welcome backs. Apparently, someone got one last week or Wednesday. Like another one of those rando ones they threw out, and they came in there and commented the comments like, "Hey man, I don't. Can you take the membership back?" And everyone's like, "Nah, sorry." YouTube is random sometimes. Thank you there again, Ed. Okay, well, that just blew all the chat away. Thanks, Ed. Delete the 291 file and it's okay. Basically, what you want to do is just, format /C:. That's usually just the best way to sort that out. The CrowdStrike didn't affect Russia. Yeah, that's probably fine. Nothing Russia does, like, after seeing their military fail, like, I understand they are making slow progress, but, like, we're talking, like, Russia versus Ukraine, and they're only making slow progress. Like, their military is such a failure after they've boasted about it for decades and decades. So anytime I hear anything about Russia, anything related to technology, I'm just like, fucking, there's nothing impressive there. I don't believe. They needed BitLocker keys to unlock the disk so they could apply the CloudStrike fix as the OS wouldn't boot anymore-ish. That is beautiful. I love when they do that kind of bullshit. It's just another effect of getting so secure that your security is over-securing your security. while keeping it secure, but also not that secure because it was easy to fix. Well, easy to fix. Yeah, I wish. Oh man, I wish more games were developed for Linux as well, because that's really the only reason I run Windows is for gaming. Because like you can get streaming software just fine on Linux. I can surf the web on Linux. I mean, if I'm not sitting here, I'm using a Chromebook out in the house. Like it's the only reason I run Windows is because I need to play games that just aren't developed for anything else. Damn it. But that's also why I run Linux on a bunch of other shit, or my Chromebook, that's Chrome and Linux. These I don't bother dual booting anymore. Like my main computers, I use Linux so little because I'm usually doing something gaming wise. But like my servers obviously are all Linux, shit like that. Any work issues? Oh yeah, yeah. I did actually end up speaking to the boss. Mouse has been on Linux for 15 years. I first started running was it Red Hat? When Red Hat was like free? For some reason, Red Hat 7 is in my brain, but I don't know if it was that old. But yeah, I think I first started doing Ubuntu with 5 or 6. Anyway. Yeah, that's Ed broke that long ago. And every time I try to go and fix it, something comes up. I probably might just wanna, let's see. Is it done? It is not done. Alright, hold on. Let's just do that for now. Probably still hear it. No? Alright. Anyway. Where the hell was I going with that? Oh, speaking to the boss. Right. So basically I told the boss I want to like take a privilege from me because I just can't deal with the stupidity on the other end of it. And that privilege would be speaking directly to the engineers and the technical well, see, talking to the engineers usually isn't that bad, the mechanical engineers, not the software engineers. But anyway, like their technical support team, like the manufacturer technical support team, like it literally gives me fucking headaches. It makes me sore. It makes me tired. It just exhausts me dealing with the level of incompetence that they present almost every time I try to get help from them. So I told them, I was like, look, I need a fucking filter. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I need Trav to like know when I type something and I say, hey, we tried everything you did and the problem is still there. If their next reply is, well, hey, what code is on the screen? What fucking code do you think? The only goddamn code we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. When they come back with that kind of bullshit, which kind of just seems like a stall tactic, like I can't deal with that kind of dumb. So like Trav would know to like filter that out and be like, code 8205. So I'm going to try that out here once I finish a couple I'm involved in. But yeah, I had to tell them straight up, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I need a break. I'll go back to it. And, I'll talk directly to them if I need to. But I need a fucking filter. Like, and I told them straight, like, I've taken screenshots of this. Like, I sent an email, 5 or 6 weeks ago? That was a screenshot of that situation I just told you about the code thing. I fucking screenshot it, threw it in an email, and the subject was, this is what I gotta deal with. And then inside of it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are these people fucking idiots? Like, I just fucking went off in the email, which they're used to me doing that. And the fucking response I get back from my manager is, you're preaching to the choir, brother. I'm like, there we go. There's the state of it. You know what I mean? And I think the block I have with it is my brain is expecting there to be, what's up, Control? My brain is expecting there to be help because they're the ones that are like literally sitting next to the guys that designed the motherfuckers. and they can't figure this shit out. Like, if every time you connect to a network and it downloads a file and it no longer connects to that network, don't you think there's probably something wrong with that file it's downloading? I don't know. We've done this 5 fucking times with the same results every time. Could you check the motherfucking file like I asked you to 3 or 4 times already? And that's what I'm in the middle of right now. So you just want to like reach into the computer and just go, hey, put the crack pipe down, read what the fuck I said, and help me. Fuck. Anyway. Ed Bird, I couldn't. Every other word would be fucktard, moron, asshat, used condom, baby. Yeah, like, I mean, I went off on him a year and a half ago when I asked for a goddamn file. I'll get to the VertoThermoWhoofle, don't worry. I asked for a fucking file to update a truck. 2 days go by, I look up, and you can see if it's been assigned, like who it's been assigned to, and it was still unassigned. I'm like, okay, it's weird. They're usually getting back to me within a day or two. And then I forgot about it. A week later, so a week and a half after I originally asked for this file, it still was not assigned to anybody. And my reply, I have it saved somewhere, was roughly along the lines of, well, at this point, since it hasn't even been assigned yet, like, this is very disappointing. You people are not very professional. You're doing a horrible job. You should be very disappointed in yourselves. This level is absolutely unprecedented, just ridiculousness that after a week and a half, it has not been even been assigned to somebody. So I guess at this point, if any of you decide to do your job and somebody actually reads this, let them know they need to send a salesman now, because since you obviously can't send a file, I guess we're going to have to sell them a whole new brand new truck. And then I copied in a bunch of my managers and I went, if anybody else reading this can contact someone over there to get them to actually get off their ass and do their job, please do so that we can give this customer their truck back after a week and a half. And I hit send and I went, I don't give a fuck. I'm too pissed off right now. And it was bad. Like, it was bad. I was really pissed off. But you know what? Within 20 minutes, 3 people sent me the file. 20 minutes, 3 people sent me the file. And then I got the call that said, we could take away your privilege for that. And I went, do you think I care right now? And they went, yeah, we kind of figured you'd say that. So are you taking them? No. All right, thanks for the call. It was hysterical at that point. Yeah, it was like, I don't know what the hell was going on at that place, but it's gotten, their response time has gotten better. It's just, now it just feels like it's just copy paste stall tactic bullshit. And then they like to try and close tickets early, even though they know that, like, I'm personally managing almost 300 pieces of equipment among various sites around Baltimore. I get a little busy sometimes, but you don't say anything for a couple of days and like, okay, well, thanks, we're going to go ahead and close this out. And I'm like, motherfuckers are trying to fix their numbers. But like, betcha, we ain't done. We ain't fucking done yet. All right. Let's do another VertoThermoWhoofle after I had some more woofle juice. I think it's about time to clean the old woofler out again. Hug and a fat dab. Fuck yeah, Control. Come on over. You can give me both. Alright. Burn some shit up while we're thinking about it. And then we got... Stick around, Control. I got something here for in a minute. Alright. Number 1. Whoosh. Whee. Ready the face hugger. Number 2. What's up, Peter Harkins? Just setting some shit on fire. You missed a pretty good rant, I think. And yep, close, a little closer. All right, just not over the keyboard. Whoosh. Show those LED light strips who's boss. All right. Mouse has had similar. Once quit a job over some IT issues. The issue was fixed 20 minutes later, followed by the manager calling and asking me to reconsider that I was no longer interested in working for them. Yeah, that's, if that's what it takes to get a problem fixed, like, fuck that, dude. All right. So digging around today, not only did I decide to blow the dust off of my little dab pen, but I also decided to remember and later find this big ass chunk of fucking black tar hash. Alright. I mean, that's about the size of probably a stack of 3 or 4 pennies. So I loaded that into my pen. Any problem with this, like, it does take a bit to burn, so we'll see if this coil can actually handle this. If not, then we can throw it in the big dab rig. So cheers, everybody. Let's heat her up and see what she does. Nothing. Not much. All right. I may have to change the coils in this. All right. Well, one moment. Let's load up Old Faithful. As we do. Let's see. 340, 437. Yeah, I'll take care of that. Yeah, this here we go. Here we go. Bic lighter for scale. Boop. Oh, there you go. This is about half of what was here. This is really good stuff. There you go. Nice little rabbit turd. Bloop. I'll stick some diamonds and sauce on top of that to help it burn. Like when you're doing hash like that, it's kind of just like cooking. Where sometimes when you spray the pan with like Pam or non-stick cooking spray, it's not necessarily to keep it from sticking. It also helps transfer the heat, kind of like heat sink in a CPU. It's kind of the other way around. That helps get the heat out of the pan and into the food a little smoother. And there's what's left of the diamonds and sauce. Still about just under half a gram, I'd say. But this acts as the cooking, the interface, the thermal interface material, I guess you could say, to help get that hash burning good. Other good way to do hash is just pack your bowl about a third of the way with some good flour, drop a hash ball in there, and then pack it the rest of the way. That'll help get a good burn out of it without burning it up. I gotta clean the dab rig too. Jeez. Easy. Alright. Let's do a 440 fucking shot dab thing on my jigger. Let me make sure this is clear. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Damn, she is clocked tight. What the hell? God damn. Hmm. Well then. Are you serious? Should be warm enough for her to pop it out. God damn, I've never had it clog this bad up before. Oh shit. Ah, there it goes. All right. Now let's see. Let me turn it back on. I know the hash will be fine. See what's in here. All right, let's heat it back up, see what we got. If I need to put a couple drops back in, we'll do that. Yeah, almost time to break out the beer can. Tastes pretty good, really smooth. That's probably hash. It just burns forever. All right, we'll save that. That just turned itself off. That'll work. Whew. All right, good hit, everybody. Ugh. Well, that ought to put my dick in the dirt here in about 10-15 minutes. Rifleman says, back in my day, we could get a hash looking very similar called Moroccan. Everything I heard of Moroccan? I don't think I've heard of Moroccan. Hey, Control, you ever heard of Moroccan? Control would also be a connoisseur of many things. Puff puff. He's heard of it. All right, so that just means I haven't heard of it. Moroccan gold. Moroccan gold. That's what it is, Leaf Furlock. That's what I've heard of. That's why it didn't click. Moroccan gold. I've heard of something Moroccan gold. Made with sifted keef. Ooh, that's good stuff. That's the only thing I miss about the grinder I use is it doesn't have a keef catcher. And it is a nice little bonus to have every once in a while. I probably should use the other grinder every once in a while for that. Default likes the bubble hash for the win, but for extracts, live press is best. I know someone who has a 80 ton fucking press with the special heated plates, and he presses his own juice. Phew, pardon me. Your eyes are about to have independent movement like a chameleon. I don't quite get that bad. But who knows, my eyes are getting worse and worse, so it's probably coming up. Warm the keef up, add a little pressure. Boom, Moroccan hash. Nice. Alright. Yeah, I had some blonde hash. Like not the bubble hash, but just like hashy hash. But I went through that quick. That was super fucking smooth. Rob has a beer, but has not opened it yet. Well, we can, I mean, if need be, I mean, you can wait till the top of the hour toast. All right. Will an i5 12400F and an RX 7800 XD work well for 1440? Well, Jake, for some games it will. 12th gen 12th gen low end i5. It may struggle in like your newer games. The 7800 XT, I mean, that's fine. That'll run most of your shit 1440, no problem. But you may experience a bit of a CPU bottleneck with that. Recommendation would be verify your motherboard can take it. But right now, since 15th gen's like starting to come out, 12th gen stuff is getting really cheap. So if you can find a 12th gen, even like, uh, say a 12, I mean, you could even maybe find an i7 12700, F even, since you already have an F, like start there and work your way down to see what you can afford. You might be able to get a CPU update or upgrade for that. Or, like, what do you have now, I guess? Like, is that what you have, or is that what you're about to get? I guess we can go with that. Check your motherboard, yeah. I mean, most likely, if it's got a 12400, it's, what's that, a 690? 690 chipset. 15th gen is promising to be a good bacon fryer. 105-degree thermal limit, Red Dwarfer says. Well, Intel still, this is why, like, I'm probably going to avoid 15th gen, because I got a feeling it's brought its 13th and 14th gen bullshit with it. So I'll kind of probably targeting something like 16th gen, and not the refresh, and not the 15th gen refresh, but the next true generation is probably what I'll aim for, because by then I'm assuming they'll have their bullshit figured out. Or I'll just fucking go with AMD if I have to. I used to run a FX 60 in my old gaming rig. A nice AMD FX 60. I had an AMD uh, 720 Black Phenom 2 processor that I threw on an old Asus motherboard and unlocked the 4th core and turned it into a 920 Black. I used to run AMD all the time, but Intel just got really good until 13th and 14th super high end, when all they're doing is just overclocking their shit out of stuff. About to get your motherboard is an Asus Prime H610 MAD4. H610M. Is that the... See, I don't know the chipset numbers if it's not an overclocking chipset. Like, that's the proper Intel. So is that the chip is on that motherboard? eFault is running a 12-core, 24-thread 5900X right now, and love it. That's nothing wrong with those. The 5900Xs are good. Katrina has a Threadripper Pro 3945WX. What in the world do you need that for, girl? If I need to, if I can ask, if that's a whole lot of going on right there. Gamers Nexus had a video about Intel CPUs being affected by oxidation. Yeah, I saw that just pop up. Web Dev, you haven't watched that yet. I was probably gonna watch that tonight. See what Steve has sorted out, because I know him and the other guy have been working with that, with the whole server thing that just came out, with all the server failures, and now companies are charging more to host if you request to host a server on an Intel, because it's more maintenance involved. AMD is good during active product period, but the moment it goes off market, they quit caring about it and release half-baked drivers. I love AMD, but I need a PC I can get 7 years out of, says the Lemeco. Yeah, I mean that's kind of a thing. Yeah, like most of my AMD rigs didn't last real long, but I'm still running Intel rigs. Like one of my laptops, like my MSI Titan laptop, that's downstairs. I mean, I was running last night for fucking 6 or 7 hours at 90 degrees all night. God, I gotta clean that thing. I may do that on stream one day. But I mean, that thing's still running its little ass off. And it's an Intel setup. It's a i7 4980HQ in it. That thing runs like a top. That used to stream off of it. Like way early streams before the Scrufdog Live stuff. I guess we'll probably do Pussies and Pianos right after the top of the hour toast. Oh yeah, Athlon. Fucking Athlon that was the shit. That was like that was kind of around the time when AMD was just fucking it up for gaming. Like they knew their shit for gaming. Graham Shaw hasn't had any issues with AMD. That's good. Like a lot of people go with AMD. It's just any problem with AMD. Just like with AMD, you got to watch when they were pushing. What was it the 5000 series that I think Asus was shipping out? And they were melting the motherboards and the chipsets together. Like that's always awesome. But as long as you weren't affected by that, by other standards, AMD is usually pretty stout for their CPUs. Let me go. The only other AMD computer I use daily is an HP T520 thin client. It has an AMD and it rocks, but it's a super low TDP. Yeah, not much. Yeah, the thin client. I mean, that's probably what. See, it's an AMD. See, that ranges from what, like 17 to 30 watts. Maybe has a. I know some of them can do boosts up to like 60 or something like that. But I may be thinking of like newer stuff. What's up, at Galar? Grr, CPUs. I scored a not too bad server rig for running some virtual machines. Now VMware told me that the software needs an update, and the update tells me that they no longer support the CPU. Oh my god. What is it, like a 7th gen? Like it's like one generation back, probably run everything just fine. That's ridiculous. What's up, Delta Mike? I kind of feel a sneeze coming on. It's just kind of like right there, like just barely. Like I've been thinking about it for a couple minutes. So if I start doing this, it's because of that. I need to get like a big fat line of Coke or something just to like clean that right out. Nah, Horavax's old PC is from 2012. 12 years old, still ran well because of Linux. Well, that's what Linux is good for. No doubt. When you say bottleneck in some games, do you mean real bad bottleneck or will it be okay? Kind of depends on the game. If it's running DX11 uses fewer cores than DX12. DX12 will spread the load across every core available, and a game should be pretty okay. If it's DX11, which a lot of games are, then it may be a bit of a bottleneck. You just may have to turn your settings down a little bit. It mostly depends on how physics heavy the game is. Like Gray Zone would kind of struggle on that, but Call of Duty would be fine on it. It all kind of depends on the game. Like Cyberpunk would be okay on that with some lower physics settings. It would be all right. I mean, either way, it would definitely get you going in a good direction. Because, like I said, at that point, if you feel it's running just a little too slow, like maybe not too slow, but you feel like you could get a little bit more out of it, that's when you try to save up a couple bucks here and there and get those 12th gen chips while they're on sale since they're discontinued. Find one on sale somewhere. I mean, let's see. Let's see what Amazon. I'm not going to pull it up on screen, but out of curiosity, what does Amazon have in? Let's see, an i7 12700F. That's a little more than I thought it. Well, it's an i7. That's 230. Actually, that's a K. Actually, you can get the better one for 230. There's a KF for 214. So that would be like, the higher, good stuff there. But if you wanted to go with an even just an i5, it's all 500. That's 150 bucks. Like I wouldn't necessarily, like if you bought one, I would say save up for the 7 because going up to another i5 wouldn't really be bang for the buck. But you would do okay. You just wouldn't be able to obviously run super high settings. If you're running like a lot of Call of Duty, that would be fine. Call of Duty's gotten a little heavier with their physics lately, but they tend to try and keep it light because, you know, a lot of people like playing their games, and they know that not everybody has the best systems for Call of Duty. And since they ported over for PlayStation and Xbox anyway, they can't make it super, you know, they keep the PC version a little bit simpler. So if you're doing a lot of Call of Duty, that'd be good. Oh yeah, go AM5. AM5's looking good. I'm kind of curious to see how these what are they, the new 9000 series that are coming out, or is it 9500? Well, we're kind of dabbling in gaming PCs a little bit there, Maurice. Jake Moss was asking about how his computer would run. I think it'll be alright with Call of Duty kind of stuff. Plus, I know a lot of people like Call of Duty, they're not necessarily looking for the groovy, holy shit graphics. You just want speed, frames, and run and gun and kill. So you'd be running, you know, probably medium settings, some lower anyway. Just keep it, you know, if it's 1440, it'll push it pretty hard. But I think the graphics card will be fine. But you know, you'll just have to experiment for the most part. But PUBG, I've never actually played PUBG. Installed it on my phone. Never even opened it up to try and play it. No idea why. Probably because half the time when I go to play something on the phone, I just open up Doom, like the original Doom, and just shoot imps and people. Well, not people, but you know what I mean. But can it run Minesweeper? It probably can run Minesweeper, even in super high resolution mode. Like, they really should come out. If somebody hasn't already, someone should come out with an ultra hyper realistic version of Minesweeper. PUBG is a looter shooter with the goal of being the last man standing. Oh, okay. 450 watts or better. If you're asking, that should be fine. Like, yeah, with the video cards, 600 watts would probably be safer. See you later, Control. Love you too, brother. I'll talk to you later on. Appreciate you hanging out. Minecraft sweeper. Yeah, we can work with that. They're at Galar. There was a video game movie trailer for Minesweeper. Was there? I'll have to look that up. 2 minutes till the top of the hour toast. What the hell were we going to do for that? That fucking dab is kicking in pretty good. I'll tell you what. I'm feeling pretty alright. Yeah, well, we're going to do the top of the hour toast, and we're going to do Pussies and Piano. That's set up here. Ooh, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Shit. Oh, yeah, obviously a parody. Yeah. What's up, Fama? Diablo 4 is the hardest graphic game I play, says Leaf Rohawk. And is that the one that came out last year? Or has that been out for a while? I forget. Warback, thanks to hardware upgrades, I found my old monitors apparently burnt out the phosphor in the LEDs. Good lord. They are tinged bluish violet. Need to replace those soon. Yeah, you probably should do that. Is it Pentium 4 Hyperthread? It says, yeah, definitely. That is definitely a space heater. Ooh. God, I remember I had a Pentium 4 something at some point. Yeah, if that's a setup you're going from a And in forward of that, yeah, you'll be good. You shall be just fine. All right, let's work on this phone a little bit more. Top of the hour toast. Appreciate everybody hanging out while we're doing our thing. Hope your weekend's going well. And cheers. Toot toot to Bob Newhart. What's up with Bob Newhart? Did I miss something? He did. Well, cheers to Bob Newhart. Was he a good guy, I guess? I always got to ask nowadays because it seems like everybody gets fucking canceled at some point. I guess if y'all are mentioning he's probably an alright guy, so cheers to Bob Newhart. May he rest in peace. Alright. Doing good there. Oatmeal shake things a little weird. Ginger beer, root beer, Coors Light. I mean, none of it's actually beer. What's up, Greg Matthews? Welcome to the big shoe. Penelope Meow, what's up? Llamas? Alright, what else we got? Oh yeah, we're getting ready to do Pussies and Pianos here in a minute. Let's do that. Yeah, I know just, oh right, yeah. Alright. Why don't we get ready for that? And then when we're after Pussies and Pianos, we'll see if there's anything we can actually do to this. I don't think there will be, and I'll explain a little more detail when we pick that honking thing up. So let me get ready for Rob's thing there. And Rob. Flip that over. There we go. That's turned up. That's turned up. All right, so we should be good to go. I'll hit play, make sure it goes, and then I will be back. You will watch kitties go meow. Nom nom. There we go. Thank you, Pianoman Rob. Very good song. I got to listen to it earlier. Let's see here, CatCam. That up. Very good as usual, and now we'll have an extra song, I guess, for next week, or just a song for next week. Yeah, everything just ends up on the I just really need to get around to ordering cat dishes. I have little notes here on the desk, little like reddish notes to like remind me like you need to get this shit done. Couple of things there. Yeah, actually I should probably write that on this note. Cat dishes. Get something with high edges, like sharp corner, high edge things. That it doesn't just sting and just flip it off the plate. But something really, really short, like hopefully 3/4 of an inch, 20 centimeter or 20 millimeters. Should be about right. Yeah, they eat like I said before, they eat like they don't have a giant food. Like it's one of them like things you fill the plastic jug up with things, you flip it over. It's the one for large dogs that's sitting just off camera. Kevin, I think it was Kevin Hardesty. It said something about getting like a food tray or something. I may have to do that too. I kind of did that upstairs with the food dish that's actually double-sided taped into the middle of like a small like cafeteria tray. And then there's a dish about that big stuck to the middle of it so that anything that falls off just goes in the tray. I might be able to do something like that, but then there's just a lot of stuff sitting out there then. And Ronnie licks the plate, of course. There's a big ass chunk of food right in front of him. There you go. There you go. There's Boofers harassing Spaz. Spaz just eats slow. He usually gives up. Like I can see them through the glass if I look this way, or the camera if I look at Ronnie's butt. Ooh. I missed something here. Uh, Pussies and Pianos is usually around 11:45 UK time. Yeah, the whole start. Wow, go Ronnie. The whole starting early thing just kind of throws the schedule just kind of into chaos. We'll see how long we roll for. As long as we got something to talk about, we'll keep talking about it. There's a random one. Anybody here play Scum? Game that came out in like super way pre fucking alpha like 3 or 4 years ago. I played it. Like I think I was one of the pre-orderers for it. I played it for a little while, and then I just kind of moved on or whatever. And then comes to find out what dude I know plays it, and been playing that the past couple days, running around. It's kind of like a Daisy Rust survival thing. You're on a game show. You're dropped onto basically an island, whatever, randomly, and then you have to figure out how to survive. There's puppets, zombies running around. Big bases are guarded by like big giant sentry robots. You can get vehicles. You got to pee and poop. You got to pay attention to your health. It's gray zone, like, you know, everybody, it's follows along that, like, Tarkov gray zone, survival games, setup, but this is more, you know, primitive-ish. You know, you're limited on what you can do. But, yeah, it was, it's not a bad game. It's been going pretty good. Kinda derped out last night. I couldn't figure out how to heal myself. Watched a couple videos. I think I got that sorted out now. Running around today on a dirt bike. This live stream keeps my Saturday descending into a boring chaos, says Rifleman. I do my best. The cats are helping as well, obviously. You got Ryan's little paw. What is he doing? No, he's just staring at Mama's plate. He's thinking about it. He's thinking hard about her plate. Chicago Ted, what is up? Rearranging the living room with you on where high as giraffe balls. Yeah, I had a couple of dab hits that were pretty fucking solid. I gotta have to see what's up with this one. I probably need to load that with some, like this would probably do well with some of that sauce loaded into it. The lead role in Scum is Nigel Farage. I have no idea if the movie has anything to do with the game. Like, the game's not even fully released yet. Like, it's still, like, now I believe it's up to beta, or about to go to beta, something like that. It's like 0.95. So they're moving along. It's still a little weird in some sections, and some mechanics are still a little off. But, it's a fun game. Ugh. Who's going to beta now? That would be the game Scum. Like, it's, I don't know how much longer they plan on working on it, but it definitely needs some work. Like, messing around with it today, like, you still get weird graphics artifacts every once in a while. Boop. Alright, sorry about that. But, yeah, anyway. Good. So it's just a little change from Gray Zone. More running around, just surviving. There's PvP in it, but the server that my buddy's on is not super competitive PvP. Like, generally speaking, most people are helping each other out. So it's good server to learn on anyway. He's actually gave me a couple, he gave me a spot to go, like, if I'm ever totally boned, he's like, look, if you go to this guy around this spot, he'll give you a hand. He'll help you out. So that's good. I'd like to relearn the game, because when I started playing, there was nothing. It was just stuff. There was no objectives, no goals, no trading. Like, it was just a map to run around on with a bunch of zombies and some mechs that had fucking, like, it was like Gray Zone AI aim. They were super accurate. They seem a lot less accurate now, so it seems a little more realistic. Yeah, nobody should ever try to steal from Tiny and Mama. They're a redneck atheist. She will get angry. I have seen her, like, just tear into, like, even to her own kids. Like, every once in a while, she'll just tear into them. I guess put them back in their place or something. Who's going around cleaning plates? Which one? Lee is right there. She's the one on the left. Lee, or Poofers, or Poofer Girl. Poofy Girl. She is the daughter of the one on the right. That's Tiny Mama. She's a calico. And then Lee's brother slash Tiny Mama's son, Ronnie, also known as Megatron, is the one in the middle. A little creamsicle kitty cat. Tiny Mom is also known as Tiny Tank. Because of the fact that she just kicks ass. I'm disappointed when a liar's pants don't actually catch on fire, says Benji. That would be an interesting phenomena if every time someone lied, their pants actually caught on fire. That I could kind of go with that. Could probably kind of work with that. Would definitely love to see like some of the salesmen that work at my fucking company. God, they be going through a different wardrobe every hour. Well, let's see if this thing wants to do something. Pants on fire versus nose extension. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I know that's how it is in just about any industry, salesman or salesman. Some of them are more honest than others, but come the end of the day, they're salesmen. Chicago Ted back on Chromebooks so I can autocomplete username. Oh, yeah. I really don't understand why Google, who does Android, who does YouTube, who does their own apps, why they can't get the YouTube app to do frickin' at people, the at symbols, to get to people. Autocomplete username, like that thing. I really don't understand the point of that. Why they haven't sorted that out yet. I guess I gotta clean. I can see a little spot in the glass. Guess I should get that sorted out. Just gotta check every freaking plate. So if the cat puts their butt on you, they like you, or are they just wiping? That usually means they like you. And they're just offering you their butt. Because cats like to sniff each other's butt. Like Tiny Mom is also known as Tiny Little Butt Sniffer, because she will go fucking like shoulder deep around her kids someday. Some night, like you come around a corner and it's like, looks like a fucking centipede thing going on there. She's just like sniffing up there, trying to figure out what they ate 5 weeks ago. Oh, 520. All right, let's see if this, see if we can get a good puff off of this. Happy 520. Happy 420, everybody. Yeah, that's a good point. Redneck atheists, they'll figure out, not much. They'll figure out how to fix it once they can figure out how to make money off of it. Yeah, that's about right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this DC to DC converter. Like I said, I don't know that we'll be able to do anything. Let me show you why in a little more detail. Like, obviously, it has screws on the bottom of the plate. And it looks like a plastic housing. But when you look real close at the connector, let's see. Can you kind of see on that corner right there? I do believe this entire circuit board is in potted, and then they just pulled the mold out. So we may not even be able to get this back plate off. It may just be glued the fuck on there, but I figure we'll give it a shot. The Frankenstein effect. Yeah, this thing is... This is dead. There's definitely no charge left in it since the input is almost a dead short anyway. Alright, we'll see if we can peel this off. Don't know that we'll be able to, but like I said, we'll try it. Or they could just strip the screws out to make it even harder. But I also have like a whole shitload. Heat guns work wonders. Yeah. I don't know that I want to get a heat gun at the moment. But yeah, that is also a possibility. Although if it is that glued on, even getting this plate off, there wouldn't be much to look at, I suppose. But we'll see if this is fully dipped or maybe it's just a thin coating to help seal it. That will peel off. Those definitely feel like they're going into transistors. Just because half the time the if you're threading into a transistor, you're cutting your own threads. There it goes. Okay. What's up, Paul Norman? How goes it? Woo, woo, woo. Not you. Is that loose? Oh, that is loose. What's up, Uncle Duncan? Yeah, I don't know that we'll need to quite get physical on this. If I can't, like, if this is no good right here, I may get a heat thing and just, oh no, something's loose. Uh-oh. We might be in luck. I think the plate is loose. Alright. So I haven't lifted it. What do we do? Do we want to take bets what's underneath it? I'm not going to do like a poll or anything. Do we think it's going to be solid underneath? Or is it going to be encased? What do you think? What do you think? How does everyone deal with anal plundering? Asked Ben Hall. Well, knowing my viewers, a lot of them deal with it quite well. I think many of them probably encourage it, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're interested, I'm sure one of them could shack up with you and really show you what it's all about. We can rock that out. Anyway. Oh, fucking hell. Yep. Yep. Ain't much going on there. Whoop. So, I may soak that in something to try and tear it up. See if we can soften it up, chunk it out. I'm guessing since it's shorted, I'm kind of feeling like maybe a capacitor probably took a shit and shorted out. Oh. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk, says C2S. Are you speaking to Ben Hall, or is that just an in general a thing? Too bad that response that Redneck Atheist said wasn't to an actual hammer. That would actually be pretty good. Are pirates doing the plunder? Well, I suppose, an ass pirate would most likely be doing the plundering. I mean, if that's what we're talking about, you know. I think we're all fine with whatever's going on there. Paul Norman, dishing out the beers. Always appreciated. You know, one of these days, I think I may. I don't know. I feel like at some point I'm actually going to want to, like, probably have a beer again. At this point, it's been like 8 years. I kind of miss, like, hard apple cider. I used to drink that a lot. I kind of miss having a hard apple cider every once in a while. But I'm really good at, you know, smacking my microphone or just getting fucking high. So I think I'll kind of work on that. And Herbert Trouser Fancy with our quote of the week. Trying to explain bukkake to your mother isn't fun. Yeah, I would have to agree, Herbert. Thank you for that. If you could, everyone could go ahead and just write that on your calendars. We can try to refer back to that later. Ah, that's like, you know, some of the things you would never say unless you owned a cat, like kind of referencing earlier, like, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily look at your kids and go, "Would you get your head out of her ass?" Like, that's generally not something you would say to a human. I mean, there are some humans that can actually fit an entire head up their ass, but not a normal speech pattern, as it were. Or, well, and actually, I guess if you're in college, saying who puked on the table is kind of probably a weekly occurrence. Those look like, what are those gates that handle a lot of currents? The name just escaped me. You like MOSFET, SCR, SSR, your mom. There's a couple of high, like in forklifts, they use SCRs as like super holy shit. They're like MOSFETs that hold them, so they're kind of basically latching MOSFETs. Just, you know, they can pass hundreds of amps with no moving parts. That's kind of how I got my job when I first looked at a schematic for an SCR panel, and then read the theory of operation of how it worked, and then I was able to explain how it worked to my trainer in such a way that he, like, literally, like, had to go and make sure he was hearing this shit right. It was fucking great. Ben says, "I'm only insulted if you don't bring the lube to Pianoman." I think Rob probably, Rob probably got something. I mean, if not, maybe I can swing over too. I got the Pam. You know, we're talking about, you know, spraying the thing. I got like cooking spray. I got all kinds of lubricants in the van, like industrial grade too, which is useful. You know, especially for them high friction situations. Um, I got coconut oil. Um, I mean, you should always spit on it first anyway, of course. Um, I mean, shit, woofle juice is probably good enough. But I mean, you know. Yes, Fama, cooking in a pinch, you know. All right, ain't nothing sticking to that. And then you just, as it were. Uncle Duncan's shack. I have an IGBT here that is the size of that DC to DC converter, 1200 amps. Been doing a repair admin for a VSD company. I get to take interesting stuff home. Yes, that is good. Yes, IGBT. Those were used in the later, fuck, were they the EV1, later EV100s? Or no, EV200s, I believe were, some of them had IGBT gating in them. Forgot about that one. Drink in moderation until pished and then drink a little more. There you go. That's it. MOSFETs. Those thermal paste spots look like oh yeah, there's a yeah, it's definitely like 3 MOSFETs or very big transistors or probably the actual voltage regulators. I wonder if I could peel them up to see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pry them up. Like, this is junk anyway. So it's not like I care if I fuck it up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use that motherfucking pry bar. What the fuck? In case you haven't seen one of these in a long motherfucking time. Team Executor. And I used to do a lot of fucking Xbox mods. Alright, let's see here. I'll hold it up as I do it. Oh, that's in there. This one looks like it moved. Oh, there's a little thermal. Okay, so they have a thermal pad on them. Dang, this shit is... Oh, there we go. Oh, another fucking thermal pad. Jesus, how many fucking thermal pads they got? No numbers. Let me see if I can try... Oh, no. That is, those probably are either IGB. Those are probably big motherfucking regulators like that. The threads, I can see the threads going way through there. These may just be the top of heat sinks, not the actual part. Okay, yeah, that's a little different. You start popping all these pieces out of it. That's some pretty hard shit though, but I ain't trying to tear it up in the office. So seriously, what is in the black box? It's 36 to 80 volt, converts it down to 12 volts, 300 watts. It's 4 forklifts. So you can take an electric forklift with big fucking batteries and still run like car headlights and switches and, 12 volt shit's pretty universal. So, um, they that helps. You don't see it as much on newer forklifts because we just run everything LED for the most part. But if a customer's got like an aftermarket computer shit that's got a mount on there, sometimes we still got to put one of those on there. But yeah, this one the call came, the headlights didn't work, and a bunch of other shit didn't work. All the safety shit, like all the lights, the blue lights, fucking all the lights were out. The flashy bullshit and the little cooling fans were out. They all run off of 12 volts, even though we have in like 2 machines, completely different types of forklifts. You park them next to each other. One uses all 24 volt stuff. This one has to have all 12 volt stuff in it. Like they're the same, like they were built the same fucking, month 4 years ago, but it's kind of like whatever designer happened to be on that project that day picks the voltage. Yeah. I'll have to see if there's any other stuff at work that we can take apart since we're running the early show. There are silicone-based lubes intended for human use. They do not dry out. One well-known brand is called Gun Oil, says MK. All right. Yeah, but coconut oil is pretty good for human use. Supernatural lasts really long time. Delta Mike, I remember when porn was still analog. There you go. I remember watching the fucking squiggly bar on the old cable TV before I figured out how to hack the actual remote thing. Yeah, you watch the squiggle bar waiting for the occasional boob to come up, and you're like, whoa, boob. Oh my god. Now, that was weird. The light just flickered in there. It's an LED. Maybe it's burning out. Keep an eye on that. Or there's like a giant fucking Mothra flying around there. Anyway. Are we talking about tires? No. Not tires. For howitzers only, says Redneck Atheist. There you go. There's C2S with the heart nipples. Always a fan favorite. The youngins don't know the struggles of 14.4K dial-up, says Herbert Trouser Fancy. Boy howdy, were those fun days. Let's see, I first dialed in my own computer February of 1997 on a Packard Bell 486 DX66 with a whatever 14.4 was in it. I had that for about 3 months, and then about 4 months, 5 months. I got a US Robotics 56K V2 or X2 or something like that was supposed to be like super fast, and it downloaded porn pretty okay. That's back when you really had to look for it, and it was usually only 30-second clips. But I did have a pretty good collection of naked Asian chicks jumping on beds. That was that's where I was in 97. Of course, I haven't really strayed, I guess, much. V.92. There, that's it. Is that it? Was that a default? That sounds about right. Yeah, I remember when that thing showed up. Honestly, when I remember holding that box. I can remember how I felt. It probably felt about the same as when I was holding my 4090. Like having this piece of hardware that was just like, oh, of course for me it was more porn, kind of thing. But yeah. No, I remember. God, I had fun back in the day. It was easier to upgrade computers because there wasn't so much proprietary bullshit, and everyone was kind of running the same specs just to get shit going ish. Kind of, back in the day. Asian jumping sounds like an insect. Well, yeah, most of the insects from Asia probably jump. Oh. Downloading from BBS's. I don't really miss those days, said Redneck Atheist. Oh, I don't know. It was always the thrill of what the hell were you actually downloading, and not knowing that, and just having a reason to go do something else. Be like, well, my computer's down for the next fucking 5 hours while I download this picture. Hopefully it's a boob. And then you actually have to go do something. So it kind of gave you well, unless you had more than one computer, then, you work it out. I can't even remember the ones I was on a couple. I can't even remember what the fuck they were called. God, that's been, I mean, that was 20, yeah, well, about 26, 27 years ago. I remember dial-up being a meg a minute, to average of 4 minutes per song. Wow. That's pretty good for a dial-up. I can't remember, but my hubby was stocked before we were married when I downloaded Japanese porn forum off of the news groups, says Penelope Mail. Nice. Yeah, I remember people telling me, oh, you should check out the news groups, but I always end up just kind of finding stuff around. It's just young people, if there are any that actually watch this, you just have to understand, like, when it came to watching porn back in the day, you had to plan it out. You had to be like, all right, if I start downloading this now, okay, I can get this in 5 minutes, but if I do them two at the same time, I can do 10 minutes. That'll give me enough time to like get things set up, get things ready. And while I'm watching those, I can get another one going, and I'll just have to watch that one twice. Like, you had to kind of plan the shit out if you didn't already have a stockpile. Boy. Oh, man. Remember Trails of Fancy, I can remember using a gopher service at one point, as I only had free email. I feel like I don't remember what a gopher service was. Why don't I remember that? God, that shit's been a while. I think my brain is just purging stuff it doesn't want to know anymore. Danny's hard drive. Brian Antoine. My lord, that was... Yeah. Ah, nice. All right. The nipple comes in, you just cancel it 30 seconds later. Yeah, we don't need the whole thing. I think I really, e-fault, I really feel like that probably happened more than once. Yes. Once the nipple got there, you were pretty good. The rest of it you didn't necessarily need. Unless you wanted to see the curve, you know what I mean? It's whatever you needed right then and there. Oh, stoked. Okay. Stock. Oh, stoked. Yeah, okay. Well, either way, I mean, yeah, stocked up, stoked about it. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're stoked about something, you're probably stocked up on it too. I mean, we can kind of go with that. C2S used Kazaa. I used Kazaa. I used Napster, mostly Kazaa for a long time before BitTorrent came out. And yeah, with BitTorrent, I was using I was on Demonoid for a long time. I forget how I got invited onto that when it was invite only. I was on Demonoid for a long time. I used Azure, Azure, for a while. Now I use Deluge for stuff. When Napster is mentioned, I remember Seth Green and the Italian Job. Okay. You don't want to waste a wank on crappy porn, says Top Smoke. Absolutely. At that point, time really was of the essence. Usenet was always good for getting stuff. I remember that, eFault. Yeah, like, some guy I used to talk to was on a bunch of, like, Usenets and things like that. He spent, like, it was like $10 a month, but he got all kinds of shit back in the day. Mouse remembers downloading from news groups. Ooh, scroll. Oh, wrong mouse. I remember downloading news groups and going just by the title. Imagine my surprise when I downloaded Cart Vader the month it was released. It's on YouTube now. Cart Vader. Oh my god, mouse. What is with you and weird movies? I hope it doesn't. Ah, never mind. Yeah. We should give a toast to the funniest comments of the evenings. Well, then I'd have to take notes. Not a bad idea, but then I'd have to, like, take notes. And when I got a good buzz going on, like kind of where I'm at right now, not really worried about taking notes. Stoking the Stalk Stock. Nice. Jacques Duck. Kevin Hardesty, I remember riding my bike a long way to a bad neighborhood to a sleazy bookstore to hope they would sell you something. Oh my god, yeah, I used to walk. Well, not for porn, but for cigarettes. I used to walk almost a mile and a half to a gas station where the dude just didn't care. Just so I could get cigarettes. Like, way obvious, you know, when you roll it with the book bag. You know, with school buses driving around, they're like, well, yeah, no, I'm sure, whatever. Redneck Atheist, Demonoid, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Yeah, actually, I feel like last time I tried to log in, it still worked. But I don't know if like, that was years ago. Not like super long, but I don't even know if they're still around. Wares, oh my god, Wares. Yeah, Yeah, Chicago Ted. I was doing all kinds of weird shit. Herbert Trouser Friendly Real Player. That wasn't bad for a while. If you could deal with that was proprietary codec, wasn't it? Was it Real Player and Real? Didn't they have like Real Listener or something like that? I quit smoking. No, I still smoke. I smoke cigarette about every 2 or 3 hours a day. So I go through pack about every 2 days, roughly. Um, and I smoke less when I'm streaming because I don't like stop to go smoke a cigarette. I just smoke something else in front of me. But that's kind of been tapering. Plus, I haven't been smoking the whole cigarette lately, and I'm down to Marlboro Lights. So, like, the next thing to go is like ultra lights. So I'm just kind of smoking less and less of the cigarette. Sometimes I smoke the whole thing, sometimes a little less. Yeah, now everyone's gonna Google what the hell Cart Vader is. So, good, good job there, Mouse. Let me know when everyone's done figuring out what Cart Vader is, and maybe I'll give you something else you can take a look at for Mouse. Just go in the timber for porn. You mean Tinder? Timber? What? Oh, woods always seem to have. Oh yeah, if you go look for forts in the woods, they always have porn mags in them. Hell, I used to be the kid with the porn mags in them. I don't know. Default, a pack lasts me a week, but I vape nicotine constantly when I'm inside. So not really progress. Real smokes are out. So yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes in the house. But vaping, as far as I'm concerned, vaping is better than all the weird fucking chemicals that are in a cigarette. So if you're trading one for the other, then yeah, it's whatever. So Chicago Ted, chill technical chat leads in various ways allowed. Let's not leave permanent records. Well, I mean, there's always going to be a permanent record of this unless YouTube crashes at like, it's using CrowdStrike or some shit. Rob Pianoman Rob says Seth Green is a master. Yeah, he's a goofy mother Frencher. Seth Green says Napster was his and his college roommate stole it when he was napping, hence Napster in the movie. Uh-huh. All right. The Playboy Mansion we called the stash. Nice. Nice. Now we had one of the things back in the neighborhood, we'd raid other forts. It was a constant battle. Like you think I mean, it was like real life video games. Like we'd raid each other's shit all the time, and that was one of like the prized possession was where do you hide the porn? You can have the furniture, you can have the food stash, but we always had to have like a special fucking safe box just for the porn somewhere. That was usually somewhere very close, but not in the fort. Or like a couple times we made like floorboards and shit that would move around, but they usually figure that out eventually. Ah, that was fun. What's up, Chris Probert? I could actually go for a drink of water. What you got going on there, Chris? uh, Default. I did not rate any porn, and now I want a mulligan on my preteen years. Oh no, shit. Sometimes we'd steal, like we'd take panels off of other people's forts. And I got to the point where we were like starting to like bury our forts. Like we dig up areas and build them into the ground so we could put camouflage up. Because oh, look, there's this sudden giant lump of leaves that has appeared out of nowhere. Like, you know, like, who are we trying to fool? But, you know, we always tried. We always had fun. We never, like, there was never any, like, neighborhood fights because of it. Because it was always when nobody else was around, kind of thing. But we all knew what was going on. It was fun. Chris shaved your head. Wow. How's it doing there? I just got new blades for my razor. I didn't realize really how dirty it really gets inside them blades. One of them started making a weird noise, so I ordered new blades, and then I went, let me take it apart, take a look real quick. And then it was just so much little pieces of hair that were kind of throwing everything off balance. It's kind of like just dirty. Cleaned it up, now they're fine, but I'm going to go ahead and put the new ones on anyway, because these are like 3 years old. Like, they're definitely too fucking old. Mr. Egg Cake don't like the boobs. That's okay. Shaved your chin as well. Oh, wow. There's there was a dude at work that was like super long hair, wicked long beard, and then like one day he came in shaved. He looked like a fucking Q-tip. Like, he shaved everything off. I was like, I don't know, either a life-changing event or lice. I don't know. Like, that's weird. And like, he still keeps it all super tight for some reason, so I don't know what went on. But that was one of them things I'm looking on. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is that? Why do they look so familiar? Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't get that. My grandfather bought a truckload of sawdust, says Red Dwarfer, for us grandkids, and gave a pile of timber and corrugated iron from an old shed. Fun was had, and many pinecone grenades were thrown. There you go. Oh yeah, Chris. If you like, when I shaved this off just over a year ago, yeah, everything's cold. Like, you just feel the breeze everywhere. It's weird. I get so cold now with my fan on. I actually wear a little fucking like beanie cap thing when I sleep to keep my head warm, because it gets really, really cold. Makes my brain chilly. Brr. He fought as a gold star straight man. Boobs are like far down the list of priorities for me. They're awesome, but a nice to have. Gotcha. At Kalar, I remember bringing a porn magazine to school, and my friend was so fixated on reading it, he didn't see the teacher behind him. My dad never found out where that one was missing from. Nice, at Kalar. There you go. This dude Sean I grew up with, his dad had uh, every Playboy and Penthouse magazine ever fucking printed. Like, he was a avid collector, and he collected all the ones from even before when he was alive. He had the full collection in his man cave bedroom, and this was back in late 80s. So this was even before man caves were a thing, but he had a man cave office kind of deal. It was nothing but porn and a fucking computer game where he played a bunch of porn games and like Leisure Suit Larry and various porn like game stuff. Um, and we'd sneak in there and like look at the fucking porn, look at the boobs, look at the boobs. And like, he knew if one was missing, because apparently Sean one day tried to like borrow one for the evening. Apparently he had a date. You know what I mean? And his dad realized it like within fucking minutes of getting home. He must have like walked in and just did like a full system scan every time he got home. Phew. So you have a cold pillow 24/7. It's always cold in here, even when it's hot out. Like, the AC does really well, and the way I have the AC diverted now, um, keeps it chilly where it needs to be. Most of it comes into here because of the fucking two heaters sitting in front of me. Um, The second biggest feed is to the bedroom, so it's always fucking cold in there. Like it's kind of too cold, but then if it's on a really hot day, then it's not enough. So I just kind of deal with it and just sleep with a hoodie a little beanie thing on, like a sleep one, like one for sleeping, little skull cap, whatever you want to call it. And that's actually helped a lot with me getting better sleep because my body's not going into overdrive to keep my brain from freezing. Lemiko, I always thought porn mags were grody. Fucking missed that word. Nice. Always thought porn mags were grody. I don't know. Maybe grew up in the wrong era. Nah, who knows? Like, everybody's got their thing. Razzle and Fiesta for the win. Razzle and Fiesta. Anybody here ever had Razzle's candy? They were these little hockey pucks you chewed on. It was like powdery, but then it turned into something that wasn't quite gum, but it was still tasted pretty good. Razzles. Lady Cave doesn't have quite the same ring to it as Man Cave. Yeah, that's usually Lady Cave has slightly different connotations, or is that the right word? Connotations usually means something else than a room to go hang out in. The she shed is nice, but yeah, it is. You can't really call that a she shed if it's in a room. I mean, maybe if you draw one in the background as a substitute, then you could say this is my she shed. You go in, you see it drawn on a wall, call it good. Boom. I found my dad's electric blue VHS one day. It was an interesting watch, says Franco Walker. Electric blue. Do not know what that is. I keep hitting the microphone. Go Scruff. USB oscilloscope. That fucked me up, Rob. Just, okay. If you don't want to spell oscilloscope, that's fine, but don't call it a silly scope. That's a little too silly. Man cave is very gay, says Mr. Egg Cake. Okay. I don't really have one. I have my office or studio, depending on what I feel like calling it that day. And then I got the lab, the laundry room, the other bathroom. Yeah, Mark Pitt has the bumming shed. Isn't he setting that up with isn't that a combo shed? Is it like the he shed and she shed? Didn't he build a she shed on with that? Pianoman? And I just farted. Ugh. Man cave is a gent's anus, says Chicago Ted. Yes, I suppose it could also mean that. What about the handjob branded oscilloscope? Oscilloscope. Is that a product? Does Bad Dragon promote that, or do they approve? Fiesta Razzle Electric Blue UK soft porn. Says Spider Driver Lee. Okay. God, what was Chain Heat? God, that was a popular one. What was that, like 86, 87? I think it was 87. Chain Heat. It's like super awesome Cinemax, or I'm sorry, Skinemax 80s porn, like lesbian prison porn. Like that was like top of its class at the time. Like big fucking movie. Big soft lesbian porn movie. Chained Heat. I don't know why that name. I think because there's a bunch of redheads in it. I think that's why it's burned into my fucking skull. Good stuff there. Efont was born in 87. I was born in 77. With Linda Blair. I have no idea. Do not even remember who was in it there, Redneck Atheist. Is ATM a porn thing? I'm not entering ATM. That's ass to mouth. Yeah, that's when you're plugging them in the butt, and then they give you a blowjob. I don't monetize my stream, so I don't care. Yeah, that's yeah, remember that's ass to mouth. So you figure out what's going on with that. Then they want you to kiss afterwards. Yeah, I never bothered even trying to go for that. Lesbian porn for the win, says Delta Mike. Hetero porn is too gay with too many penises. Well, I mean, it kind of helps to have those in there. If you want to see actual like porn, you never go ass to mouth. Great movie. Great movie, E-Fault. ATM rimming. Well, I mean, if you're going ass to mouth, you might as well rim it out while you're at it. I mean, you're already there, basically. Did anyone ever see the 10-minute free view, not scramble, and go clear out and get the entire night? Yeah, that I remember hearing about those. I would look for that on the free. Now I always knew around the holidays to like try and sneak out at night and go look for channels, because it was usually the holidays that like Skinamax and Blow Time would do their little free previews for like 24 hours or like a weekend. They'd like to do that shit on Thanksgiving and Christmas weekends, which was cool. They know families moving around, and they put Christmassy shit on there. But then also at night, they would still run their fucking softcore porn lineups for the most part. So that worked out pretty good. You're not totally a straight man if you're not into giant throbbing cock in a movie, says good luck, babe. Well, you know what? I kind of feel this, like, I agree, to some extent, obviously, because I'm not going to watch a porn with some fucking dude fucking rocking this thing going boop, 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 and she's like, oh, baby, and I'm like, no, stop that bullshit. Like, proper porn needs proper equipment. I mean, it's like any industry. It needs the right equipment. So, yeah. Pretty much anyone that watches street porn is just, they got a little bit of that in there because they expect to see certain things. Unless, well, no, I can't even say that. I was going to say unless they're into like tiny dick porn, but then a dude still in the tiny dick porn is into that because he likes the tiny dicks. So that's still there. I mean, like, you can't deny it. Yeah, I've heard people say that before, and you got to agree. Like, there's going to be a shade there if you're going to watch any dick porn. But I mean, it's whatever. Everybody's human, just doing their thing. Because like, I ain't watching no fucking fucking tic tac porn. Fucking, like, get that shit out of here. I know you ain't fucking feeling that, motherfucker. Your fucking clit's bigger than that thing. What are you talking about? Chicago Ted, it's a fantasy situation. I need big veiny dicks. There you go. How do you know she doesn't have a 3-inch? Have a 3 inches before the serve? What? Well, Norman's like, so Legos. Yeah, we'll be starting Johnny 5 on Wednesday. I actually have a note here to actually buy the damn manual to do it. Like, it's not a problem. It's on sale in a couple places. But yeah, that's what that's for. Rob does his own porn in his head. Hey, whatever works. Is Lurs Lockwatcher? You want to start talking about pancakes? Lego porn. I'm sure Lego porn exists. I'm sure it does. That's description, but I believe in Italy, a red, bad-tasting chemical to dissuade people from drinking rubbing alcohol. Oh, yeah, people drinking rubbing. Yeah. I've heard of that. Plus, you got to watch now because since the whole Fluvid thing a few years ago, a lot of your hand sanitizers are now ethanol or methanol. So people are just they know they can get drunk off of one of them, so they're going to try. Lego or leg over? Well, leg over would be, that would be self porn, most likely. Whereas Lego would be bricks. Of course, Bad Dragon also has bricks. Though I don't know that they stack as well as an Lego brick. 607 toot toot. Why not? Or did I miss the top of the hour? Probably missed the top of the hour. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Putting the Jack Attack. Let's do that. Herbert says Clive would be having a fit that chat had gone weird by this point. Ah, yeah, he's fine. It's just since, well, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see how his Twitch streams go as he realizes he can kind of loosen it up a little bit more. I don't know that it'll go quite to the level of my loose of just like talking about what the fuck ever because I don't monetize my streams. But I guess that'll be kind of interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, Clive, yeah. Rob was saying people drinking hand sanitizer at the hospital. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Paul Norman, I went to a porn shop and got a surprise. Yeah, well, yeah, that is entirely possible. As long as it doesn't turn into a woofle of sorts, then you'll probably be all right. When I was 5 weeks in hospital, says Efalt, I saw a crack crack whore who crushed up pills in her PIC. She died within the week. Nice. Well, if that's what you want, that's what you get. How was my sandwich the other night? That would be the club sandwich, turkey, ham, bacon, lettuce, tomato, onion, mustard, jalapeno sandwich, club sandwich. Yes, that was just fine. What's up, Booze Hole? That's who I've been playing Scum with the past couple days. Figuring it out. Trying not to die. I did die last night and just in the middle of a bunch of stuff going on, but we got it sorted out. Sex shops for the win. Like, there's not a lot of sex shops around. Like, there was one down by across the street from Toys R Us, but you know, it was you couldn't have a better layout. It was a Dunkin' Donuts, a fucking porn shop, and a pizza shop. I mean, like, what else do you need? Across one street was a gas station, Wawa, and then a big shopping center. Across the other street was a Toys R Us, which is perfect to have right next to the porn shop because, you know, full circle, I guess. But mall, everything, like you had everything there. Grocery stores, porn shop, all in one. And now the porn shop's gone. And I think a bunch on Route 40 have closed too. It's a shame. It's just a shame. Yeah, you need good porn shops. There's still one a few miles up the road. I haven't been there. Wow. I guess 5 or 6 years. But it's still there. I've got to drive by it every once in a while to go to Walmart. So it's still there. But a lot of the other ones have been closing. It's a fucking shame. Of course, I also kind of get it because, like I just said, I haven't been there in 5 or 6 years because fucking Chatterbait and Pornhub, you know, for the fucking win. Lock Launcher, copyright strike. I don't monetize my stream song. Copyright, Sony Corporation, monetization. Yeah, it probably is. In a rough part of town, the Hustler shop was in the same building as the Ford dealership. That actually sounds about right. Yeah, that actually sounds like it probably worked out pretty well for both parties. Paul Norman, I think I'm a bit pissed, so I've got the soda stream out to celebrate some rum. What can go wrong? Oh, absolutely nothing. It'll be fine. Carbonated rum, that's great. May just need to clean a valve, but yeah, you're fine. Deal with that another time. Don't even worry about it. X hamster, classic porn section. Also, Fords are porn, according to Top Smoke. Yeah, I remember a couple sites have some really good classic, like actual, like, like way old school porn stuff that's pretty good. And just wait until 2025. Porn will be illegal as well as weed. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Remember, everybody. Correct for wind. Correct for wind. Anyway. A UFO skeptic streamer I watch here on YouTube buried a big box of anal lube and dildos near a famous UFO scammer's house in Colorado. I mean, that's just what you do nowadays, isn't it? I thought that was standard practice. I mean, I got my box of what? No, I mean, yeah, horrible. Why would they do that? Now I have a glory hole by Steel Panther. Now I have glory hole by Steel Panther stuck in my head. This is Redneck Atheist. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Nowadays, you can go to Macy's R Us. Yeah, I think there are still a couple of Toys R Us around. The one that was here got turned into a, Ollie's. It's a, like a discount store, but like they actually sell good stuff kind of thing. Kind of like an overflow store, maybe you might want to call it. What's up, Coach Seagal? Did you finally get some sleep? Yeah, the way things are going, yeah, all pornography will be banned. That's why I have an extensive collection that I don't watch, just so that it'll be fresh when the shit goes down. When the shit goes down, you better be ready. When the shit goes down. So, stock up on porn as best you can. I recommend Western Digital Essentials drives. They're white label red drives, so they're archival grade, so you can watch your porn far into the future. Good stuff, cheap. Was that their thing there, Boozy? No, I haven't actually been to one. Kind of haven't. The last time I was at an Ollie's, I was working on their trash compactor with my call. They wonder why their trash compactor doesn't work when it went below 32 degrees and they hadn't had a cap on the hydraulic fluid reservoir. I was like, when's the last time you had a cap on there? They're like, I don't know. I think we lost it last winter. And I went, oh, well, that would explain why most of your hydraulic system is actually water and why it freezes. Oh, well, can you fix it? No, like this is like the tank. I took the inspection plate off the side of the tank, which is just a big flange, and it gave you access to the inside of, it was probably like a 40-gallon tank, and I took the inspection plate off, and there was just ice. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? What do you think's in all these hoses? What do you think's in that fully extended cylinder for your trash compactor ram? It's all ice. Like, I'll be back when it's warm. Otherwise, you can pay a bunch of us to come out here with torches all day and try to drain all this out. Or you just can kind of have to deal with it. So they dealt with it for like a week. And it finally got warmed up. I went in there, everything drained out, got all the slush out, flushed it, and got it sorted. But good lord. And, I bought them a fucking goddamn cap for the hydraulic tank. God forbid they actually, pay attention to that. Russia is talking about nuking the UK. I wish they'd get on with it, says Top Smoke. Russia talks about nuking everybody. That's all they have is threats. Their military is just a bunch of fluffs. It's just fluff and fucking fluffing. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that expression? Fluffing something or it's just a bunch of bullshit. They talk like their fucking jets are garbage. Like UK's basically shooting them out of the sky with paper airplanes. Anyway. This could be a porn cartoon. We might be able to work with that. I guess I'd have to find an artist much better than myself to make that work. The Big Club sandwich. It was a very good sandwich. I had it with chips, and then I had it the next day as well. So usually when I get the club sandwiches, I have some of it that night, and then I have the rest of it the next day, which is usually a work day. That way when I come home, I have something to eat that isn't the same shit I've been eating all day. What's up, Simon Griffins? Paper Tiger, that's another one. Yeah, Rex, or Ren X Machina. Yeah, Paper Tiger. Yes, that's another expression I was kind of fluff and filler. That's what I was thinking of, fluff and filler, as well as something like Paper Tiger. Yeah, fluff and filler. That's what I was trying to think of. Sandwich, says Mr. A Cake. Actually, as soon as I saw, I thought about manwich. I haven't actually had a manwich sandwich in a while. For those who don't know, manwich is basically lots of ketchup, and it's heavily seasoned ketchup that you mix up with your ground beef, and it's fucking delicious. Like really, really good stuff. Admiral Rascal says Putin is just jealous that Russia has no Poundland stores. Absolutely. You get Poundland, you get some Pound Town, get it downtown, you get that downtown Pound Town. Poundland, some 5 unders or 5 belows or whatever the hell they call them now. Yeah, I actually got that working there, C2S. The Russian McDonald's is now a no-fry zone, I heard. No fry. What the hell is that thing called? It's like just good or good food or happy fucking food, whatever the hell they renamed them when they just reused all the restaurants. Straight porn will, MK says, straight porn will generally not show really large ding dongs because porn producers don't want to make male straight viewers feel inadequate. Yeah, that's true. You don't really see the super hugey ones. They're generally average to above average-ish, I guess. I don't know what average is considered nowadays. Seems like that changes with the generations. Definitely act like it. Top Smoke has fired up KiCad or KeyCAD. What will I make that? What will I make that deleterious? A USB drive that electrocutes you. They kind of got a bunch of those, don't they already? Well, they got the ones that destroy your computer when you plug it in. It is 4:20. Let's go ahead and take care of that phone. Uncle Duncan check. That does sound like a good recipe for a sandwich. It's a really simple, yeah, Sloppy Joe man. Yeah, Manwich is is a brand of Sloppy Joe. I forgot about that. I'm so used to just calling it Manwich. But yeah, it's just heavily seasoned ketchup for the most part, but it's fucking good. And it's really good the next day. Leftovers and all that stuff soaks into the beef. God damn. Even cold, it's pretty good. But hot, like reheatability is fucking on par. Stick a little bit of American cheese or some cheddar on that motherfucker. It is a sexually stimulating sandwich at that point. That's it, Horvath. Very tasty. Yeah. The McDonald's are the buildings or whatever the franchise is now very tasty. Like they have to convince you that they're not selling you fucking fried garbage because they ran out of all the like McDonald's-y food that they just left behind. I mean, it's not like they're gonna like take the burgers back. So as soon as that burned out, they got all kinds of weird shit in there now. What needs raw onion there, C2S? Everything needs raw onion. You say porn needs raw onion? That could make interesting. I mean, that could be a whole other genre of crying porn of just somebody's got it. Like we could probably go on OnlyFans right now and find someone that is crying to onions while they're naked. That I feel like I've seen that. Oh, with Manwich. Okay, completely different. But yeah, anyway, I could totally see that happening on OnlyFans, like that being a thing of someone cutting onions naked and crying. You missed the kitties, said Admiral Radgold. Yeah, that was, all the timing was weird. It's going to be weird for the next month-ish. Yes, Horvath, Rule 34. If something exists, there is porn of it somewhere on the internet. Absolutely. If you've never heard that, that is it. Rule 34, if it exists, a porn of it exists on the internet. Like you pretty much I've never had anyone say something that was just like, there you go, but no. Oh. Like it is porn. It's just everywhere. That does make the internet a little more interesting in both a positive and negative way of just the fact of being able to get pretty much any kind of porn. Cut towards your chum, not towards your bum, says Chicago Ted. Never put your fingers anywhere you wouldn't put your willy. Dealing with machinery stuff. Yeah, the cats actually, there's nobody. I guess they're all asleep in the living room. Sometimes Spaz sleeps right here at the bottom of the glass in the kind of half bed that's there. Oh, there's definitely ghost porn. Oh my god, are you kidding me, Admiral? Shit, I've watched ghost porn. Shit. There could be scruff porn out there. There absolutely could possibly be scruff porn out there. You never know. I don't know that I'm going to have some big news fucking thing, but I mean, yeah. I'm sure there's pancake pornography. I can think of at least one person in here that may be interested in that. Black Watcher, man, which is the canned version of Hamburger Helper, designed to keep on the shelf, placed behind a piece of glass with a little hammer just in case. Yeah, pretty much. It's like Hamburger Helper is gravy and noodles, quick gravy, noodles, and spice just to fill and fluff. That's a quick, easy way to use ground beef up. Pancake. Hell yeah, pancake porn. You know there's pancake porn. And if there isn't specifically made pancake porn, I guarantee you there is pornography where someone was eating pancakes and they were fed them to the other person. There's absolutely pancakes and pornography somewhere. No, not me and you, Booze. That's a whole different tape. That was more. I don't know. I'd call that porn more than probably less porn and more evidence. Alien porn. Oh, absolutely, alien porn. I've watched alien porn. Christ, have the hentai out there or whatever is kind of alien-y porn. You got really good Japanese tentacle porn. That's fun. Tentacles are fun. A bong and a blintz. Bong and a blintz is fun as well, Efont. Fucking right. See if I can get any more out of this thing. Not really. Oh well. That hash isn't burning real well on that. That's a shame. But it burns real well on other things, so we'll go with that. Is it Blintz? I thought it was Blintz. Not Blitz. Yeah, Blitz is a football thing. It's a Blintz, isn't it? Right? Blintz? I don't even know what the fuck a Blintz is. Is that like a crepe? A creep? Preppy? Crep? French thing, super thin pancake. Like a crepe, every time I see a crepe, like no shit, I want to like take something and roll a fucking joint with it. Like that's every time I see that stuff. I especially if there's like sometimes they have like little shredded greens there or something like little on or little decor or whatever, some bullshit for breakfast. I want to roll that motherfucker up and smoke it. Like I got some shit I can sprinkle on that like a champ. Top Smoke has just found an electric hairdryer on AliExpress. I'm sure that's legit and fine. I'm sure it follows every safety standard as required per your country. Have I been to a Waffle House? Amazing diner, says Lockwatcher. Last time I ate at a Waffle House was about 10 years ago. And before that had probably been 5 years ago. I've probably eaten there maybe 5 times in my life, but most of that when I was younger. Um, Most of the Waffle Houses around here, as far as I know, are basically the ground-based Spirit Airlines. You just go there for a fucking brawl, like on a Friday and Saturday night. That's pretty much all they're there for now. I think they're actually closing a couple of them. Yeah, Blitz is a defense, but yeah, Blitz is football, not Blintz. Is it a Blintz? It's totally a Jewish baked good. That sounds fine. Baked goods are generally fucking tasty as hell. Cigar and a waffle, I'd be fine with that. I'd prefer a chocolate chip waffle. Really prefer dark chocolate chip waffle, but I can rock it with a plain waffle. Strawberry waffles, but actually, I mean, let's be fucking straight. I'm a stoner. I'll eat any fucking waffle. I just need some butter on that motherfucker. And with waffles, I do put just a fucking little tiny bit of syrup. Or, if not syrup, I'll put some like cinnamon or cinnamon sugar on there. That's usually pretty good too. Blimp. Do you mean a blinny? I'd have to spend a what? Oh. Oh yeah. Franco, you got that classic computer, if I remember right. There was ghost porn in Ghostbusters. They cut it and turned it into a dream. Yep. Yeah, like what do you think happens when he looks down? You hear zoop, and he goes, "Oh." Like, yeah, we know what's going on there. Apple jelly and cinnamon to add. Oh, apply apple jelly and cinnamon to a waffle. Man, that sounds pretty good. I get cinnamon apple or cinnamon applesauce all the time. I eat that. I eat that just straight out of the fucking jug. Like for some reason, I have this thing at night. Seems to help me sleep really well. I'll eat a shitload of cinnamon applesauce and then like two pickles, two kosher dill pickles. Fucking just sets me up just right. Maybe have a couple of fucking extra toasty Cheez-Its. Good to go. Good to go. Well, we watched Ghostbusters last night. Waffles have built-in butter wells. They absolutely do, and I make sure butter is in every fucking one. I mean, look, for the most waffle or French, oh, it's got to be a waffle, Uzi. I'm not real big on French toast. Uh, every once in a while I'll get it, but if I have to pick one or the other, I'll go for the waffle. Pretty much for me, any excuse to eat butter, um, is a good reason to go for it. Yeah, you missed what was it last week? We had or no, that was a couple weeks ago. We had a whole running thing of breakfast fucking polls and shit. Top Smoke is past the second beer. Not bad. I'm glad I could help everyone get started a little bit earlier in their drinking as well. Real butter is not an unhealthy fat, in Rob's opinion. Hey, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. My health is actually doing really fucking well nowadays, so I don't mind dropping a little extra butter on them pancakes. Which I'll put muffin or butter craters. Yes, Lock Watcher. These are definitely moon muffins. I actually have some English muffins in the freezer I need to thaw out. They actually thaw, like freeze and thaw and cook really well, especially if you're just toasting them. Good Luck Babe is just going to sit on some French toast. Well, I mean, if it's properly prepared, it'll at least get you warm in the nethers if it's nice and hot and fresh. So you may have some good luck with that. Peggy, you know this is a butter household? Nah, I can't do his voice. Hank Hill? Nah, no good with that. Used to work at a factory with some very common people who put food in places that you generally don't put food and got maggots inside them. Wow, I've actually heard of that happening before. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, yep. I like putting peanut butter and butter on toast. Says Lemeco. That's not bad. I've had that. I've done toast and jelly. I know that, or toast jelly and butter. At first, I thought that was weird until I actually tried it, and I was like, actually, this is pretty fucking good. Like, I guess another reason just to add butter to something. Boozy likes French toast with a shitload of butter and syrup. See, I can't do the syrup anymore. I eat so little sugar. That's any like a normal amount of like maple syrup, whether it be like some bullshit or some genuine maple syrup. It's just too fucking sweet. But that's fine. Like if I make pancakes tonight, which there is a high probability of that happening, I'm going to end up just using a shitload of butter. And I actually may put some cinnamon sugar on these tonight. God, I may actually make some fucking cinnamon toast. Man, I haven't made cinnamon toast in a couple months. I got a fresh thing of cinnamon sugar in there from McCormick's too. So you know that shit, that cinnamon sugar mix from McCormick's, that prepackaged stuff, man, that shit is the motherfucking perfect, perfect blend of cinnamon and sugar. Like you cannot fuck around. Like I am sorry. Even my grandmother used McCormick cinnamon and sugar blend because she knew what the fuck was up. Sorry. Polymer accent detected. Well, I don't know why I'd say anything about that. I'm just having a drink of water. Good water. On. Babe. Let's see. Well, I'm in Essex. Essex is babe. Baltimore in general is hun. Um, what the hell is it in Dundalk? No, is it Dundalk, babe? I don't know. I get so fucking confused. Like Dundalk versus Essex is one of them fucking like things you're like, all right, whatever. Like who's got the best mullet and the best '86 Camaro? Come on, hon. Let's go jump in the old Maru. The Wooder accent is farther north. Yeah, Wooder's that's a little bit, like the northern quarter of the U.S. That starts to kick in. Cinnamon and sugar U.S. ratio 1:4. Sounds great. Whatever it is, sounds perfect. Whatever comes out of that shaker is fucking mwah. And it's been the same recipe my entire life, so it's one of the few things that is still consistent from my childhood that hasn't gotten fucking ruined. You think Dummy Dog is still Hun? Okay. Yeah, okay, it might be pretty Hun. Everything at Essex is babe. Especially Mickey. Mickey was always babe. Everything was babe with Mickey. With both of them. Salvo's Mickey and fucking 98 Rock Mickey. Everything was babe. Chicago Ted, Camaro on cinder blocks. Absolutely. You are king of Dundalk if your motherfucking Camaro is on cinder blocks. That's like who you know who like the leaders of the neighborhood are. Like that's in some neighborhoods, like homeowners associations actually enforce the rule of putting your Camaro onto cinder blocks. And if it has T-tops, that usually means you're higher ranked, because T-tops is also that's super mullified, super mullet there. Redneck Atheist says the more butter you use on cinnamon toast, the better. Oh yeah, yeah, because it soaks through. And look, if you have a bunch of extra butter on your cinnamon toast, then when you shake it on, it soaks through. That's no good. You got to shake it on there, but then it may soak through again. So you got to shake it back on there until it stops shaking through, and you get that dry layer. That's when you know you're done shaking it. Maybe add a little bit more. Always watch the edges. That's the thing you gotta watch. People miss the edges a lot, and a part of that is you don't butter to the edges, but you have to. You gotta run the butter to the edges for cinnamon sugar. Even if you miss and like you don't quite get to the edges, you'll get some overspray that'll stick. But it's a much better experience if you do that. Or if you want to get real advanced, you take two pieces, you get them just to the point where they're starting to dust out. You know, like it's not soaking through anymore. Then you put two good thick layers on this one, flop the other one over, boom. If you want to get fucking real crazy with it, once you flop it over, you butter the top of that, you put more cinnamon sugar in there, and then you got basically a triple layer of cinnamon sugar with two pieces of bread. So you have highly increased your cinnamon sugar and butter to bread ratio to the point where it is one of the best motherfucking sandwiches you will ever have in your life. Cinnamon sugar, boom, cinnamon sugar. It's like getting fucked in the face. It is amazing. Just do that. Someone try that and let me know. After you sprinkle, put it back in the oven for a bit to get that crispiest top. I haven't tried that in a while. I will try that, Penelope Meow. Now, should I put it in the oven to get hot, or should I put it like in with the toast electrode thing on? You know, because I don't have like an actual toaster right now. I got that big dumb toaster oven thing. Gramshaw does not want to be fucked in the face. Well, you know, you don't have to be fucked in the face. I'm just saying, if you know, just try the cinnamon part. You don't have to try the fucked in the face part. Fred Neto Betty, I just use English muffins, all the nooks and crannies. That's good. I've tried that. That comes out pretty good. That comes out good. It is very crispy, very crunchy if you toast it right. Toaster ovens are superior fuck toasters. It says good luck, babe. Well, I have one of those, the Ninja Foodie fucking ridiculous. It's really overdone for what I needed to do, but it was convenient at the time that I purchased it when I was in a different living situation. But it's a countertop stove or oven, basically, not stove. Convection oven / air fryer toaster fucking thing. So I need an actual little toaster because it's just too goddamn big for like a piece of toast or two. Getting fucked in the face is really not a great advertisement for a cinnamon sugar butter toast, says Horovac. Probably not, but I mean, for some people, they may actually do that. I like to eat without any fucking going on. We'll see. Some people do like to eat while being fucked. Obviously not everybody, but that does seem to be a thing. Like, is that a category on Pornhub or something? I imagine it probably is food related stuff. I've never quite gotten into the fucking with food thing. Or not even like, I don't even mean like fucking like cucumber in the hoo-ha. I'm talking about like, oh, let me feed you fucking cake and then fuck your mouth. Or let me put cake on my ding dong and then fuck your face. Like, it's just, it's messy enough. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this as an old guy. Like even the younger me was just like, that just seems like an added mess. I'm not here to taste vanilla. I'm here to eat your cooch. Like we can just get this done, please. Yeah, it is a waste of food. Like I was going to eat that. Now it's in your pussy. Like what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? God, it sounds like a yeast infection. Yeah, things can happen. Don't put your cake on your dick. You will get an infection. That is a definite possibility. There was a site called Cake Fart at one point, an office favorite. Ah, okay. Cake Fart. I can imagine what that would probably sound like. Black Watcher, did I mention waffles, pancakes, and eggs? I do believe you may have. I do believe you may have. It's my dick in a box. Fucking great video. Great song. Dick in a Box. If you've never heard it, I don't know why. What's wrong with you? You should definitely go listen to a song called Dick in a Box. It's Justin Timberlake and what's his name? It's a guy from Lonely Island. Is that guy? Funny as shit song. Great video. Yeah, don't have sex with pies. That doesn't. I can't imagine like when I saw the movie American Pie and like he actually fucked the apple pie. I was a little confused. Like I wouldn't even think of fucking a pie. Like is that a thing somewhere? Like did I miss the pie fucking thing that American Pie picked up on? If anybody can let me know, that'd be great. All right, Andy Samberg. That's it from Lonely on. Okay, yeah, thought that was him. Sometimes I forget who's who. Like who? Oh God, how do I describe this? Okay, well the obvious. Like whitish guy, gigantic afro, big like sunglasses. It was a duo of dudes that had these like outrageous dance fucking party video thing. I think his other guy was like his cousin. Like I figure it was like cousin or like uncle nephew thing. Not kid and play. A little bit later. This was like a party thing like from the past 5, 10, probably 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Like a white guy, but he had like big wavy afro, a Jufro-ish thing. Yeah, kind of like that. He had like one or two big party songs. Ah, man, I can't have to fucking look them up. Party Rock Anthem. That sounds, yeah, who did Party Rock Anthem at Galar? I think that's it. LMFO, yeah, LMFAO, yeah. Thank you, at Galar, yeah. LMFAO. Don't know why the fuck I thought of them. Let me scroll back up. We were talking about, Lonely Island, yeah. Like funny-ish songs. Riff Raff, yeah, there we go. Everybody's working that out. Ah, yeah, how we got there from having sex with an apple pie, I'm not really sure, but that works. Boy, this channel is all over the place today, and that's fine. Jack Attack, want to see your pie. I don't have any pie. I haven't actually made pie in many years. I should probably make some pie. Scary Movie apple pie. Watched Scary Movie not too long ago. Blame it on Bandcamp, says we're dwarfing. Yeah, definitely Bandcamp. Definitely a Bandcamp issue there. They were talking about that on the radio station, 100.7 The Bay. This is about 2 weeks ago, talking about American Pie. Something about this one time at band camp. Oh, like popular quotes from movies around a certain era, I think it was. pie 3.14 with apples. Anything pie with apples is usually pretty fucking good. Are we still talking pie? Sort of talking pie. Rob's usually talking about boobs or pies or piano, so. Cream pies? Depends on what your definition, which definition of cream pie you're talking about there, Chicago Ted. Hairy pie, for the win. Yeah, good hair pie. Actually, Family Guy referenced hair pie in an episode. That was an interesting one. When everybody shared the hair pie, as it were. Let's see here. That, 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 that. I think we're gonna probably do a top of the hour toast, and we'll probably get ready to move on from there, as things are starting to wind down a little bit. It is weird starting earlier than like there ain't no way I'm doing like a 6-7 hour stream or some crazy shiznit like that. I'm actually getting hungry again. My farm burger is moving along. I need to check my stats, make sure my metabolism's good. An innuendo is a Italian suppository. All right. I saw a random YouTube short where a guy in the US was pleading with the public not to attack line workers doing their jobs. That was probably something Karen related. The sandwich stream. Yeah, Mark. Why are we talking about Merkins? Isn't that that's a fucking ball wig, isn't it? A Merkin. Ah, they used to make bush wigs. Hookers would get crabs, need to shave, and not want to freak out customers. Ah, yay. History. Muff du jour. Make a boob pie in the shape of a piano. Well, if it's in the shape of piano, would it still be a boob pie? At some point, you will need to try and make tuna helper, but use some of your local crab meat. You actually have tuna helper right there. Crabs are pretty much in season at this point. I have to do that. Let me put that on the list. Why don't I do that next time I go shopping? Crab meat or tuna helper. The most expensive tuna helper ever fucking made. Nice. Alright, yeah, I'll see what I can do with that. Maybe cook up a couple of Jimmy's crab pretzels while we're at it. What the fuck is it? Wise, whatever that's called. They sell Jimmy's crab pretzels. Which are fucking super cheesy, crabby, pretzel-y things. I think I ate one sometime, one stream at some point or whatever. Crab Solo. Crab burger helper? You asked us to remind you of the crab meat helper. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Appreciated. You have to give that a shot. What's up, Josh Homan? A southern pineapple cheese casserole recipe topped with Ritz crackers. That sounds pretty fucking good. Crab pretzels. A local thing that says Lockwatcher. Well, you take a big ass soft pretzel. You put a shitload of crab, not crab, imperial crab crab dip, which is basically a shitload of crab meat, sour cream, cream cheese. A lot of times you'll find cheddar mixed in with it, some seasonings, usually Old Bay, stuff like that. Cooked so that it's kind of thick. So you just splatter that, a thick ass layer of that over on top of the soft pretzel. And then you sprinkle a nice cheddar fucking blend of cheese on there. Maybe just a little bit of mozzarella mixed in there. Put a little bit of Old Bay on top. Cook that motherfucker and quite the delicious treat. And it's only like, I don't know, 10, 11 bucks. I mean, it's kind of expensive. I rarely get them, but they're usually out of them anyway because they're so goddamn good anyway. Lockwatcher. Lobster helper is butter. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out Ted. Everything in Maryland has crab on it. Pretty much crab or Old Bay. Or has the Maryland fucking flag on it. Like everything in Maryland now has to have the Maryland flag on it for some goddamn reason. Like kind of came out of nowhere. And the Ritz crackers are drenched in butter, as they should be. On a scale of Clinton to Snoop Dogg, how high is everyone right now? How afflicted is everyone right now from your own difference? Yeah, actually, why don't we do that? Why don't we do a poll for that down here with this keyboard? Start a poll. How are you? Kinda bent. Feeling good. Wasted. And this is just your general level of drinking, shooting, smoking, whatever. Or straight as a whistle. If you just don't partake, which is also fine. I don't know how you can stand being here if you're perfectly straight, but more power to you. There you go. Go ahead and vote on that mother Frencher. The flag is very visually obvious everywhere you go. Lobster is one of the rare foods that require dipping in butter, as butter has no storage built in. As it has no butter storage. Oh, no butter storage built in. Gotcha. Cheerios put crab on it. I've tried Cheerios with Old Bay on it, and it really wasn't that bad. I put Old Bay in oatmeal. Like someone gave me some plain ass oatmeal. I didn't realize it was plain ass oatmeal until I took a bite and I went, so I put some Old Bay in it. Tasted pretty good. Pretty good. Soft shell crabs. Soft shell crabs are fucking delicious. I love having a soft shell crab sandwich. Nothing like having a sandwich with legs. Why is everyone saying shooting? What happened shooting? They had live blue crabs when I bought my lobster. Is that the same as the Maryland blue crab? They wanted $6 Canadian a pound. They had blue arms. It's probably a similar species of blue crab. Maryland blue crab are I don't know if they're kind of unique-ish because they all kind of just stay in the general area. Spider roll. Yes, spider rolls are very good sushi. I get that all the time. That's soft shell crab just in a sushi roll. Usually with sometimes you get them. It's usually that and wrapped in not much, really, just kind of some rice and some shit on top. Remy glass with Old Bay and pour beer in it. Now, I've had that before. Boozy. Kind of similar to, I guess, like a salted margarita, but you use Old Bay. I've seen like what do they call them? Bagaritas, where they do that. Woo! And make a margarita in it with Old Bay. So I just knocked over the empty fruit shake thing. Fama stepped away. Knockwatcher, ass oatmeal does not sound good. Yeah, probably not going to want to eat oatmeal out of somebody's ass. Probably not really feeling that. Yes. Well, no, you take, what do you take out of the crab for soft shell crab? You take the lungs out and a little bit of some of the guts. Not all of it, but some of the guts stuff. And then you, deep fry the shit out of it and, season it up right and fucking rock it out. I don't know which button that is right now. That is that. So that is that. Scruff in space. Fresh orange is my favorite for vodka. Really cold Tropicana with bits. Thought that said Tropicana with tits for a second there, Rob. Hey, you got the whole thing off on my screen, Rob. Good job. Very nice. Oh, plain ass. Oh, plain ass oatmeal. Yeah, I guess generally speaking, you really wouldn't want ass flavored oatmeal. So some plain oatmeal, some unflavored oatmeal, not oatmeal out of someone's ass. What's up, Soldier Euro? Chewy means it's been frozen. Likely the last time I had some calamari. No. Luckily, the last time I had calamari, it was delicious, says Frank Notabetti. Yeah, I've never had anything but chewy calamari. So I just stopped having it because it just sucked. And at this point, like, I'm good. Like, oh, I should try something new. Why? Like, I'll have it once or twice more in my life and might enjoy it, might not enjoy it. Never enjoyed it before, so fuck it. Why get calamari when I can get like crab cakes or steak or lobster? I could eat your mom. I mean, we could fucking, some surf and turf. Whatever is available. Talking about seafood, leave to take a break. Oatmeal out of folks' ass. Yes, e-faults. We're kind of all over the place. See you later, Horavac, if you're still listening. Sojioro loves a good calamari. Like, I know people that like calamari, but like every time they're like, "Oh, this is really good," and they hand it to me, and it's a deep fried rubber band. I'm like, I don't know why you think this is good. About the mic says chewy calamari is alright as long as it's got the flavor. And see, like the flavors never really impressed me anyway. Can't you just dip it in the chip pan? Yeah, I have no idea. It just sucks when it's chewy. It's always a little bit chewy. And it really sucks when you get like calamari. I'm like, are those onion rings? I think so. And they're like, not fucking onion rings. Like you sometimes get like the bigger ones, which I don't know if that's actually real shit or just some garbage. It's a chewy onion ring that's fish flavored, says Delta Mike. I'd love to find one like that. I mean, I'm sure if it wasn't chewy, the flavor would be a little more pronounced, obvious, appropriate, or noticed, I suppose. Efalt, I have ranted about this previously, but I fried calamari as a line cook before I went to school. You have a 30-second window cooking it. Early rubber, late rubber. Yeah, actually, I think I've read that you actually read that about that. You typing that before. Yeah, it's and you're not going to get it right at some Joe Schmo fucking restaurant or line restaurant. They're just churning shit out on fucking dinner rush. Have you had the whole soft crab fried whole and then put directly in? Yeah, that's basically it. You take the stuff out you need to take out, then you just batter the whole thing, deep fry the whole thing, slap the whole thing on a sandwich. Maybe add a pinch of mustard to it, just a tiny little bit sometimes. And then you just eat the whole thing like legs and all, like shell. Like yeah, it's a soft shell, but it looks like the shell. Then you just eat the whole motherfucking thing. Penelope says, I just stick to onion rings. Why gamble? Exactly. If I need a crisp ring, I love onion rings. I love anything onions. I eat white onions like they're fucking apples. Like I will bite out of a fucking onion. I love them motherfucking things. So yeah, why bother? Why try something new when I have a deep fried ring that is fucking superior in flavor already? Haven't had crab in a while. I actually want to go out somewhere and get crabs soonish. I just may have to probably have to end up doing it on like a work night because my other nights are kind of busy with y'all for the most part. Ugh. Centered nipple boobies. There you go, Franco. Yep, Graham Shaw is off. You have yourself a good night. I think I am going to be getting ready to head off of here myself. Let's do a quick top of the hour toast to everybody that's still here hanging out. Appreciate y'all hanging out, even if Clive isn't around today. Pretty chill ass stream tonight. Got kind of high. That's good. I'm gonna go eat the fuck out of something here in a minute. Go from there. So cheers, everybody. Redneck Atheist, grilled flat iron steak, bloody thin sliced and salted and fried in an iron skillet. Sounds delicious. Oh yeah, the poll. Forgot about that. Thanks, dear Eve Wood. So what do we got here? How are you? Kinda bent, feeling good, wasted. I am feeling good. I'm definitely not wasted yet. Probably gonna work on that though. And a third of you are straight as a whistle. Very good. As long as everybody's chilling and relaxing and just fucking doing their thing, that's all we want. So, guess I am gonna bounce out of here. Next week will probably be the same time. I told Clive to try and let me know when he can, if he knows he's gonna do a stream. And we'll just fucking go from there. If he gets a chance, he'll hop on like StreamYard or something. I gotta kind of sort that out a little bit, make sure it's still working with the new setup, although it was. And I'll see everybody tomorrow for Gray Zone. And Wednesday we start Johnny 5 on our fucking $900 Lego set. Appreciate. Oh, what am I going to eat? I actually have tuna helper sitting out, so I'm probably going to go ahead and make tuna helper since it's a little earlier than usual. So I'm probably going to have tuna helper, and always used extra tuna. Generally, you want to use twice as much tuna as they asked for, just because it just tastes so much motherfucking better. So, an actual tuna helper. So, yeah. Anyway, I am out of here. I will see everybody tomorrow, Wednesday, or next Saturday. Oh yeah, and don't forget to watch Delta Mike stream tomorrow morning too. He streams early. See a tramp in a tent, I believe is one of the ways he describes it. He's doing his thing in Spain. So take him, look at him tomorrow. Take a look at me tomorrow. And I'll see everybody then. Have a good night. Be groovy to each other, and I appreciate you hanging out. And I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.